Free shipping may be the most successful price increase in modern retail. The phrase suggests that a box crossed a country, entered a warehouse, was picked from a shelf, wrapped, labeled, sorted, loaded, driven, and placed at your door for nothing. Of course it did not. The truck uses fuel. The driver is paid. The warehouse has rent, equipment, software, insurance, and people. Packaging costs money. A failed delivery costs money. A return can send the same item through much of the system again. Shipping is not free. What changed is where the price appears. In a physical store, the customer provides the final delivery. You drive, walk, or take transit to the shelf. Online, the retailer takes over that last journey. That convenience is valuable, but it also creates a cost that has to be recovered somewhere. Sometimes the retailer charges a visible delivery fee. Sometimes the cost is built into the product price. Sometimes it is spread across a membership. Sometimes the store requires a minimum order. And sometimes the company accepts a lower margin on one shipment because fast, apparently free delivery increases the chance that you will buy again. The word free describes the line on the checkout screen. It does not describe the economics. Amazon's 2025 annual report makes the scale visible. The company reported more than $100 billion in shipping costs for the year, along with more than $100 billion in fulfillment expense. Amazon also described fast shipping offers as a driver of unit sales and called shipping offers an effective marketing tool. That is the key. Delivery is not merely an expense after the sale. It is part of the system that creates the sale. Imagine two checkout screens. The first shows a $26 product and $8 for shipping. The second shows a $34 product with free shipping. The total is identical, but the second offer often feels cleaner. The customer can evaluate the product without mentally paying for the journey. The delivery cost no longer feels like a penalty for buying. Now add an order threshold. Your cart contains $38 of merchandise. Shipping costs $7 unless you spend $50. The rational response might be to pay $7 and buy only what you need. The psychologically satisfying response is to find a $12 item and save the delivery fee. The store has converted a cost into a challenge. Instead of asking whether to buy more, the customer asks how to avoid losing free shipping. The basket grows. Memberships make the effect stronger. Once a customer has paid an annual fee for delivery benefits, each additional order feels cheaper. The membership is already purchased, so the perceived cost of placing the next order falls towards zero. That can turn one planned weekly order into several small purchases. The annual fee also creates a reason to keep shopping inside the same ecosystem. Using another retailer can feel like wasting a benefit that has already been paid for. This is not an accident. A membership converts delivery from a visible cost on each transaction into a relationship cost paid in advance. The customer feels rewarded for using it. The retailer gains more frequent visits, more purchase data, and a larger share of the household's spending. Scale then changes the physical network. To deliver quickly, a retailer needs inventory closer to customers. That means more fulfillment centers, better forecasting, dense delivery routes, and systems that decide where products should wait before anyone has ordered them. The network becomes faster because the company predicts future demand. The customer experiences a box arriving tomorrow. The balance sheet experiences land, buildings, vehicles, automation, labor, and inventory spread across a huge volume of orders. That volume matters. U.S. Census data estimated that e-commerce represented roughly 1/6 of retail sales in the first quarter of 2026. Online shopping is no longer a side channel. It is large enough to reshape warehouses, packaging, storefronts, and consumer expectations. Once two-day delivery feels normal, slower delivery feels like a defect. Retailers that cannot fund the network have to respond. They may raise product prices, set higher order minimums, charge memberships, limit free returns, use third-party marketplaces, or accept thinner margins. Small businesses face the same shipping carrier, prices without the same density or bargaining power. A large platform can spread a fulfillment center across millions of orders. A small shop may have to attach the real postage cost to one purchase and hope the customer does not leave. The label "free shipping" can therefore hide a competitive advantage. It trains buyers to treat visible delivery fees as unreasonable even when those fees are the most honest description of the transaction. Returns add another layer. Online shopping makes it easy to buy without touching, trying, or comparing the item in person. That convenience can increase uncertainty. Clothing does not fit. Colors look different. A product is larger than expected. If returns are easy and apparently free, the customer may order several versions and decide at home. But the return requires transportation, inspection, repackaging, restocking, discounting, liquidation, or disposal. Some returned goods can be sold normally. Others lose value simply because the box was opened or the season moved on. The cost of generous returns has to be recovered from the customers who keep their purchases, the merchants who sell through the platform, or the investors who temporarily accept lower profits. Again, free means the cost is pooled. It does not mean the cost vanished. There is a fair counterargument. Fast delivery can save time, widen access, and help people who live far from stores or have limited mobility. A membership may be a good deal for a household that orders frequently. Consolidated routes can be more efficient than many separate shopping trips. The system creates real value. The problem begins when the word "free" blocks the price comparison. A useful test is to compare the delivered total, not the product line. Check whether the same item is cheaper locally. Check whether the order minimum is causing an unnecessary purchase. Check whether the membership still pays for itself without counting money you spent only because you had it. And check the return policy before assuming the first decision is reversible. There is also a slower option hiding in many carts. If the retailer offers a credit, a consolidated shipping day, or a lower-cost delivery window, choosing it reveals something important. Speed has a price. Urgency is one of the most profitable upgrades in commerce. When every order feels urgent, the logistics system must keep expensive capacity ready for your impulse. When purchases are planned, items can be bundled and compared. The financial advantage is not only cheaper shipping, it is fewer decisions made at the speed of a notification. The next time a checkout page celebrates free delivery, look at the cart total and ask 3 questions. Did the product price absorb the freight? Did the threshold make me add something? Did a membership make this store feel like the only store? The answers do not mean the purchase is wrong. They mean the price tag is larger than the number beside shipping. The box arrives for free. The delivery system gets paid everywhere else. This is price tag theory, the money behind everyday life.